Today's video is going to be breaking down our Inside the Mind gameplay series, and I'm excited to talk to you guys today about how to improve your game in Madden NFL 16. So guys, for those of you who are new to our YouTube channel, my name is Cody, and the channel here is really truly just devoted to any way that we can make you better at Madden NFL 16, and I try to do this through a variety of different kinds of content, and today we're doing our Inside the Mind gameplay series. So we're going to be focusing on playing a competitive game of Madden and some of the tips and tricks that are going to come up as we play this competitively. We are utilizing our our St. Louis Rams offensive guide, and you can find that in the description. It's under the From the Ground Up Offense. I believe that this is the best way to play offense in Madden, not just Madden 16, but in Madden generally, because we have just so many things that you can learn. And I just truly believe that this is a really phenomenal little guide that we put together here for you guys. So I'm so excited to share it. So starting out, what I like to do is just come out. I normally like to run a fullback dive to just get going. From there, I normally audible and try to go inside zone. Here we're going to get a delay of game, unfortunately. What I find to be most kind of upsetting about the Rams playbook is some of the personnel groupings are a little interesting, and so you have to kind of make some situational adjustments to get around that. But you know, with that in mind, we still are able to normally do fairly well for ourselves on the offensive side. I'm really liking the game this season because I really think that it just gives you a ton of different opportunities on the offensive side. Defensively this year, I'm not really that fond of the game, mainly just because, you know, there's, with the rise of the aggressive catch, and really just like, in my opinion, the way the real NFL works, the key is to run cover 3 / cover 1 style defenses. You see that in Alabama, you saw that in the Broncos this last season, you see that at Seattle. For the most part, the basics of a great defense normally features cover 3. But, you know, obviously there's been good cover 2 defenses as well, the Tampa Bay Bucks and teams like that. But today, in Madden 16, the way the game works, it seems that this is just some really finicky ways to play. And so I'm not having a ton of fun with the game this year with that. But I am really liking offense. So, but the way that the game works this year defensively is it seems that cover 2 is really the way to go, both man and zone. If you go 2-man under or cover 2-man, normally that's really easy to have some success with. And then also if you go cover 2, you can do some really interesting zone pressure schemes. I thought a Mario Cooper could catch that. But, so it's kind of impacted the way I play the game. It's actually challenged a lot of the way I play. It's probably changed a lot of the way I play. So, you know, I don't blitz as much anymore as I used to. If you watch a game where I played in Madden 15, you'll see a lot more pressure schemes, passive pressure zone blitzes. And at this point, it's hard to do that. If you go back and watch the Madden Challenge, I don't know if you guys know, but the Madden Challenge was this last week, and I was watching. I saw that one of the big commonalities between the players, between Serious Mo and Skimbo, was zone blitz. Not zone blitz, but cover 2. So Skimbo ran cover 2 zone pressure out of the 4-3 under, and I believe that Serious Mo ran a lot of 2-man under out of the dime normal. So those are 2 very basic principles to play defense, but that may be something for you guys. From what I can see, the cover 2 defense is certainly one of the better defenses in the game. I'm rocking, but for you guys that are wanting to watch the defense, I'm rocking New England's playbook. And what I think is really most important this season, probably more than any other one, is the ability to send pressure. Because of how good the aggressive catch is. If you don't send pressure, I don't think you can play anything but 2-man under. In my personal opinion, that's just for me, That's the way the game works. And actually, normally starting out the game, I like to go to the dime 146 and play just standard two-man under coverage. And I like to put my best guys here on the outside to pass rush, and then I'm just going to use her the middle of the field. Normally this does decent for me, at least just getting a feel for the drive, and then we'll try to manually stop some of the inside zones. But I just haven't really seen many offenses that can really do much against the two-man under, so that's why I run it. I run it so frequently. And even if they beat the two-man under, normally it's not for very many yards. See here the runs, like, yeah, I mean that's 8 to 10, but what it does is it kind of forces you into a way of playing. And in my opinion, this is one of the better ways to play defense in the opening drive. Another thing that I actually like to do out of this is I can give you a ton of different coverage shells and still be kind of okay against pretty much everything because of just the way the formation plays. This is the big dime 146 out of the New England playbook. And so that's another reason why I like to do this. I like to show cover 2 every play just to see how they kind of work with that. Normally, for most of the first drive, I'll be in two-man under, and you'll see that here. And you see it does a decent job at stopping the inside zone. Right now, he's averaging about 5 yards a carry. And to me, that's worth it. If I can get a decent read on what you're doing by just running two-man under. See here, just kind of blow up in the middle, and normally you'll get a block shed. I understand that it's not the most exciting way to play, but it's definitely one of the better ways to play. Let's see what he does here. Pretty much going all out for the pass here, trying to see what he'll do. I'm sure that I wouldn't trust the inside zone. He goes ahead and trusts it. Interesting read. So that'll be something to kind of keep in your back pocket. See, the key on the first drive that not a whole lot of people realize is it really truly doesn't matter what defense you call. It's all about keeping the offense in front of you and really trying to get a read on what they want to do. See, here's the first pass, and here we just see verticals, and you see there's the two-man under coverage. So, guys, for me, I'm going to recommend you go heavy two-man under starting out the game, and then you kind of adjust based off of what you see. I find this game to be actually really good for stock pass rushes, so not even having to worry about a pass rush, just going standard. And as you can see, I mean, even though, yeah, like right there he caught the ball, but, I mean, that's not too bad for me. Like what you saw just happen here. And now we've got him in this 3rd and long. And we got him scrambling with Rodgers. So now he comes back into the 4th down situation. And this is where last time he got an inside zone. So we'll see what he comes out in. It'll probably be the same formation that we've been seeing, and it is. So this is definitely screaming inside zone. This is almost the exact same look. Look, maybe Z spot. Yep. And there you see Calvin Johnson intercept that. That was basic playbook knowledge is going to tell you that when that receiver motions in like that, it's Z spot. And often guys like to run. They pass the ball from that formation. They normally will try to throw a little quick flat to the back. And in the situation we were in, 4th and 2, I knew that I had to get out there with my user play to really take away that flat pass. Ended up doing that, got the interception, and now we're in a decent position to play here. So here he gives me a basic zone shell. I'm able to deliver the ball to Keenan Allen on the outside. Normally, I mean, the first drive I kind of stalled near the red zone. I probably was talking a little too much, didn't have enough, wasn't thinking truly, but he's running a lot of cover 2. The only problem when you run cover 2, especially against my offense, is in my opinion, the offense just does a really decent job. It's of beating the cover two because I've been forced to, because I've played heavy two-man under. People play heavy two-man under when you pass the ball a lot. So, you become accustomed to learning how to beat it. So here we're going to see what he does here. Normally you're going to be able to get a quick little shot play. Jordan Reed, you're going to go coverage defense. No spies, so we'll just run this. I have not fumbled the ball when diving with the quarterback. I don't know if you have or not, but I personally think that it's definitely an option if you're looking to, try to, really need a play. I haven't seen an issue with diving with the running back or with the quarterback. So, what I like to do is dive a lot. That's just an observation. Is it true or not? Yeah, I don't really know. I just know that in my experience, I've never fumbled, so I'm going to stick with it. And you see Chris Ivory's going to pound that in with the fullback dive. In my personal opinion, guys, the fullback dive is a very powerful run. And the cool part about the fullback dive is that it really sets up some key runs that I like to use later on, like some tosses, some fullback fake halfback tosses. And when they run commit like this, it makes it that much easier because you can't really run commit and truly stop all three runs. You can maybe stop the fullback dive, maybe even the tosses if you run commit to the one of the sides, but you can't really stop all of them. So in my opinion, I find that to be most effective. All right, so here he's got 37 seconds. He's got no timeouts. So this is where I like to throw some coverages at him. I like to just kind of see what he can do with them. So we're going to do some cover 4 here. And when we run this cover 4, we play over the top coverage and outside leverage. But we like to try to make it look like it's, just a standard two-man under. The idea here is just to kind of throw some shells at him, let him see some different things, see how he handles them. And he does what most people do, he throws up aggressive catches. Normally when someone sees zone coverage, they throw up aggressive catches. When they see man coverage, you'll see crossing routes, sometimes a corner route occasionally, but normally it's a crossing route over the middle. And so, with all that in mind, it makes it so hard, in my opinion, to truly be able to beat man to man, especially when you know what they're, when you know what's kind of coming. See these middle streaks, and we just go with the play wide receiver mechanic. I'm finding that the play wide receiver mechanic, in my opinion, is one of the better ones. But like I said, I like to give them a bunch of different looks, especially in the first half. I mean, sometimes, literally for the entire first half, I will have stayed in this nickel or dime 146, which really, if you guys know me or watch me play, it's not really the defense that I want to be running. I want to be running nickel 3-5 odd, but because of the way the game works, I just want to kind of cycle through and see what he's going to do. As you've been seeing, it's been a lot of zone beating plays that don't really beat man. So as I kind of see that more and more, you're going to see me start to just kind of lock that down and realize that man's going to give him a big problem. And there we see it. There's the double coverage, and we're all in position. Now with 11 seconds, this is a little bit of game management. Because he's got the ball about midfield, we really just need to keep everything in front of us now. So we're going to back the coverage off, and we're going to play it to the outside. I've got to be responsible for this middle. But we're going to put our safeties in purples, and we're going to watch this outside manually. And there you see he's going to book it manually. We're just going to hit that play wide receiver mechanic. Now he's got about 4 seconds. At this point, you go into quarter 3 deep. Now what you want to do, though, is you want to put your guys, your good man covering guys in. So I have a lot of Schefter Stars, Bradley Robies. And so I sub all those guys in the slots. And then I put my guy like Josh Norman and those guys, I put them in the top section. And I don't really worry about the quarterback spy as much. So I just like to take a guy here. So we're just going to take Roby, run him back. Just make sure everything's in front of us. See here, even though he completes the pass, he can't get any points because the clock runs out. Now, if he would have had a timeout in that situation, then I probably would have called something different. Okay, so just a little game management for you. Anyway. Alright, so he got the ball at half, and now this is going to give me the opportunity to really try some things based off of what I saw in the first half. So I'm really excited here to see if I can shut down some of his things he was doing. So we're going to go to some zone pressure. And you see, there it is. There's the interception. So he's been running that stick and nod route, and that's really his read against man. If it's man coverage, he's really been hitting that stick and nod route up the seams, that vertical route, which everybody goes to. There I dropped a zone pressure play. And the thing about the zone pressure, in my opinion, is that it does a good enough job in the sense against the verticals play, because it's basically kind of hard to explain. But basically we just dropped a zone into the spot where the man coverage was getting beat. We had a blitz on the backside, so he couldn't go to his second alternate read. And as a result, we were able to get an interception. So now back to the offense here. And I really like this Rams book, what we're able to accomplish from this playbook. And here we're going to try to fit a nugget in, and we get it in there to Johnson. That's a good little zone beater. I like it against cover 3. It's something that's kind of rare. Not a whole lot of people do it. And in this situation, we're going to try to see if we can't go up 3 scores. And he freaking ran. Dang it, that's so annoying. So he ran committed and ended up stopping us. So at this point within the third quarter, we've got that 3-possession lead. And in my experience, the game can still kind of turn. But what I like to do from this point is go heavy man-to-man. So we're going to just come out in our basic. But the reason I like to go man-to-man in this situation is because man-to-man is hard to be big-time beat. And what I mean by that is it's hard to be beat for big gains. That's what just get dotted. So there's wide receiver corners, and I've been kind of waiting to see him do it. Cowboy corners. And he does it there. So that's my signal that I need to kind of back away from some man. He's going to come out in that 5 wide again, so we're probably going to see that play. We've got some connection issues here, of course. Classic. Classic what happens when people start losing. So I did my best to get my adjustments in. And there, see how he was going to go to that left seam that's been vacated. That's why he streaked the slot guy in the seam. He'll probably go back to that. So right here, my job is to cover that zone with my user. Let's see if he does. Nope, he stays at the out route, and he goes to it. So good read by him. He makes a little bit of an adjustment. Some really laggy gameplay, classic Madden. Frustrating, of course. Can barely pick a play. So what I like to do at this point in the game, because I have a 3-possession lead, is I like to go to passive pressure. The reason I choose the passive pressure is because, you know, it's not going to be too insane. But the thing is, it's going to really kind of keep him where I want him. There's the flat route, and there I am. There's Calvin. See, he's been running that verticals play like over and over again. And, crap. Didn't get to finish it. But, anyway, he's been running that verticals play. There's the quit. Probably going to concede. He's been running that verticals play over and over again, but he had that little underneath out route that he was getting against the cover 3 zone blitz. So, you know, I was able to get him. But that's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. If you like this series, be sure to leave a like rating below. And also, if you have any questions related to the game, let me know. And last thing, I want to help you guys out in any way that I can. So I've been trying to schedule out game sessions for you. So basically, you guys can play me and I'll tell you whatever you want to know is what I'm trying to do for